Sure, we'll need cards. We're going to need tokens. We're going to need tokens. Let me get my phone situated. Oh, change that setting. Display. Change that. Okay, we're back. Tokens. What else do we need? Well, let's just go top to bottom. All right, those are the definitions. We don't need to worry about those. Evolving bugs. Okay, so we need... How about I do that the smart way? We need cards for bug evolution. I know we need tokens for... I'm going to call it the bug AI. Basically, we need tokens to show where the bugs have been and where they might want to go next. Now, here's the problem. Could having these different tokens on the board sorry, I need to verbalize when I speak. Could having these tokens on the board not only tell you where the bugs are going to go, but basically it just telegraphs what players need to defend. So, I think rather than bugs not going somewhere, man, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one. If I'm a bug and I run up to a space and I see I'm not supposed to go there, it's almost like bug attacks need to be declared. It's note time. Note, what's the date? It's 3/4. Notes. Okay. Bug AI. So, the bugs... Okay, we know what the bugs can't do. Bugs can't just run around the board. Bugs can't run around the board according to pre-existing tokens. Pre-existing... Hey, I spelled it right. According to pre-existing tokens. Because that's... no, I didn't spell it right. Damn. Sure, why not? Whatever. Pre-existing tokens because players will know what's up. So that means that attacks... Okay, so attacks can't type this morning. Attacks need to be declared. Attacks need to be declared and then carried out. I'm going to say in a swift fashion. I need a better... That makes sense in my head. In a swift fashion, so players don't have time to react. Now, I don't want to punish players, so rather than say don't have time to react, seriously, who has time for apostrophes? Okay, rather than saying players not having time to react, because that's punishing and it's not fair, it just means that there are... I'm going to give players the ability to defend, but not the ability to know where the next attack is coming. So, my hesitation is I don't know what system works better. And I say what system works better, and it's not like we're comparing 2 or 3 different systems. We're comparing a non-existent system, or comparing a system. Please excuse my runny morning nose. Oh, man. just what you want to see on stream, huh? Okay. Attacks need to be declared, then carried out in a swift manner, so players don't have time to react. And not time to react. It's more about players have to plan as best they can. But failure is an option, or lack of preparedness. Okay. We've at least identified it as an issue, so we'll come back to it when the time requires. Okay, so bug AI, show where the bugs have been and where they want to go next. Not where they want to go next. We can no. Actually, it's not even where they've been. Bug AI. Certain actions or bug abilities will allow them to what we'll call mark territory. Bugs will create hierarchy. No, of course not. You know, I actually entered a spelling bee in middle school, and I had total confidence that I was going to place in the top 5. I didn't even make it out of the classroom section. I should have known. Bugs will create hierarchy of targets based on board tokens, but bugs will also need a dynamic targeting system. So the idea is, I think this solves the bug AI problem, or at least this concept, I should say. This is where the solution lies. So there will be tokens on the board for the bugs based on past patterns and past attacks, and a hierarchy of a targeting list will be created based on those tokens. I mean, it's one of those things that sounds a lot more complicated when you're describing it rather than when it's just on the board, because you can reference all the pieces in a matter of seconds. Like, for instance, if you watch the hey, thanks for the host, guys. Elemental Fire and J.R. Honeycutt, thank you. If you watched the stream that Joe and I did recently about what did we do it about? Oh, it's our steampunk pickup and deliver game. There was a section in there on the economic system where we were talking about a region will use a good based on an order of priority, and those goods will be removed from the demand board based on where they, if a green is the third token in line, they'll be the one that gets pulled. That sounds really complicated when you say it in words, but the fact of the matter is you have a visual reference, and right next to that visual reference is where the tokens are, and the tokens just get the cubes will get removed based on or the tokens or the cubes, whatever we decide to use, will end up getting removed based on the priority of the town. So that's a fine example. Yes. I don't know why I went through that whole explanation. Let's see. Let's not get bogged down. Board pieces. These need to be like a reasonable size. These need to be a reasonable size. I need to refer ENC. I need to reference a past video. I know I have Aiden notes about this. Let's see. Reasonable size. It's such a descriptive. Reasonable size. You know what? When lost, go back to your notes. I'm not actually going to go back to the board pieces. I'm just going to keep going from top to bottom. Awareness. Oh, boards. Okay, so awareness trackers. So we need... Whoa. Okay. Tracker boards. Oh, subboards. These are the boards for the points of interest. I don't know if that's actually going to be a part of the game yet, but I like the idea of there's a particular area over here, or we can say this is a mining rig and this is a special mining rig, so it gets its own board and it can get attacked from different sides, and it's not just a singular point on the board, whereas say like a research station, or I don't know, something, what's a bad example, but something that's less meaningful. Like there will be buildings that are just like I can't think of an example off the top of my head. What buildings do we have? Buildings, maybe, possibly. Food, power, mines. I don't know. Maybe dividing buildings in that way isn't a good way to do it. But the whole point is certain things in the game will have a board of their own, and that board is where movement can happen. Just like the base. I mean, the base will have its own board, and players can move around and function within that board, and the bugs can move around and function within that board. So we'll need subboards. Okay, back to the top. Awareness. What is this floating S doing here? Nobody knows. Planetary dropships. Now, this is up in the air because Aiden's not sure that they're needed. I like the idea of them, which usually means we're going to leave it in to start, and if it sucks, we'll take it out. So we'll at least make a note that it needs to be made. And we'll come back to it. But what do we make it with? It will be a part of the board setup. Oh, I know what. Okay. Because my idea was that there'd be like a ring around the board of sorts, and it'd be like these trade ships have routes. Oh, but okay. So that was when everybody's working on their own base, and you'd have to hook up with your friends to work. In this case, there's only one spot on the board. Maybe we don't need trade ships. Huh. Okay. We'll have to come back to that one. All right. So trade ships, we'll skip that one. Planetary drop ships, we'll skip that one. Notes with Aiden. Let's see. Deck building. All right. So we'll need action cards. Bug evolution. Evolution pressure. No, I mean, there's still no new pieces. Oh, we'll need, you know what we do need? We need cubes to go with, these need cubes or tokens. Cubes or tokens. I mean, yeah, I understand that I have tokens down here as well, but you know. Okay. Why am I So here's my question. This is more general design related is I'm having like this is me struggling with design if it doesn't look like that way on video. But I'm asking myself why is this not just coming to me, because most other games that we've designed so far just kind of they all happen in one go. Now they're smaller. I mean, that's the easy answer, but I want to know if there's more as to why I'm struggling. And I think I'm thinking about it right now off the top of my head, and part of the issue is I don't have a full vision for the game yet. Like I can't play it in my head, and I haven't moved pieces around on a table in front of me yet that allow me to get like a visual of what goes on and what the flow is. So I think that might be where my struggle is, which means so my answer to that is I need to build the prototype. But to build the prototype, I need to have a fuller vision of the game. So maybe what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to not only create the prototype list, but at the same time I'm trying to design the game. And that may or may not be the right way to do a game of this size. I don't know. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. Okay. All right. Workers. Oh, we need workers. We're not there yet. All right. Decks of cards. We know we need cards. We need lots of cards. I think figuring out what all the cards are. Player decks. This list will be its own episode. Episode. Okay. Okay, so there's the decks, there's Bug Evolution, which that will be covered by cards most likely, I think right now. Aiden, when we watch this, we'll discuss the concept of that tech tree or evolution tree. I don't know where we really ended on that. Let's see, different types of bugs. No. Well, how are the bugs going to be represented? They'll be tokens as well, but then so will the buildings. Okay, so let's go to tokens down here. The bugs, buildings in the world, points of interest, what else needs tokens on the board? Resources. Well, I mean, points of interest to be resources. Sure. We'll go with that for now. Okay. Workers, buildings. We got buildings covered. Okay. Okay, workers. There are different types of workers. So I know we need at least 2. How do we want to do the workers? Pawns. We'll say pawns. Workers, okay. Racial abilities. This is up in the air, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's see. Why are players in different areas? They're not anymore. You can start out with your meatball. What? You have a big and a little one. Thematically consistent. Static and random board. Use multi-hex regions that are face down. Rather than let's see. Bugs can attack the empty space between board bases and hex regions. No, I mean there's nothing new in there. Okay. So there is, in 23 minutes, 22 minutes, our really rough parts list. The board pieces are going to be interesting to make because I have no idea how. Well, that's not true. There are these. I don't have any nearby, but there are these sheets that you can get online, and they have little little hexes on them. They're like, 1 centimeter wide hexes. I think they go up to like, 2 big hexes on a piece of paper, and they go all the way down to like really small hexes. But it's paper I've used for other boards before, and I think I'm going to use that and stick it to some foam core, and then use that as the board, or maybe I'll stick it to some poster board. It depends. Like cutting foam core can be a bit labor intensive, but depending on how long. I think that's what we'll do, because this first prototype might get scrapped pretty quick, so I don't need to kill myself to make this particular prototype. Whereas the most recent prototypes for Gods of Olympus I did make out of foam core, but that game is almost done. Well, it is done with development. So, okay, tracker boards, that can be that I might make out of foam core, reasonable size. Okay, so we're gonna make this out of poster board. Plan of attack. So we're going to call this poster board. This will be out of foam core. Subboards. I feel like subboards are going to be like a regular thing. So we're going to make these out of foam core. And I can make them out of just an 8.5 by 11 sheet. Okay. Interestingly enough, so this whole 8.5 by 11 thing, because I've been building prototypes in centimeters recently, I'm getting so used to centimeters that when I see inch measurements in certain places, I have to think about what I'm looking at. So I feel like I'm slowly converting myself over to metric, which would be nice. Okay. Cards. I have really the question is, how many do we need? And within reach, I have a stack of cards right here, but they're for another game. So, I mean, player decks, what seems like a reasonable number? 20. With special actions, 20 per player. That would be, well, no. Let's not do it that way. Let's just do the whole 54 card thing for a sheet. And then we always drop it down to 50, just so that we have some extra cards to play with in case we want to do anything special with them, like for references or stuff that we forget. So let's just say work with 150 as the limit. If we go over, we shoot for 200. Tokens are really easy to make. So this is just make on demand. Worker pawns, this is what we have on hand. I don't even know what it'll be, but what we have on hand. Okay. So To-do list for 3/4/17. Demend? Why didn't you tell me? I blame you, Aiden. Okay. To-do list. Are we going to build this next time? Are we going to build this next time? Are we going to build this next time? What is my other option to building? I can either build this or I can flesh something else out. The problem is I actually have to gather these materials, which the office I work in is not. What I used to do is I used to print out everything off of my my work printer from my old job. If you're watching, sorry. Don't really have that option at the new job, so I'll have to find time to go to FedEx to print lots of, well, not lots, but a reasonable stock of paper for the hex boards. To-do list. Well, let's not get bogged down in the details, right? Some building, maybe. We need to look at deck actions and get that sorted, if possible. So here's the plan. If I can get materials together, we build. If not, we do cards. Okay. There's the plan. That's it. So I'm going to go off and do some design work with Aiden. We've got some playtesting today. That'll be exciting. And I've got a treat for you. Where is it? Oh, it's within reach. There's our pretty box of Mars 445. I don't know if you can see it. I should swap over here. There it is. Look at that. So pretty. And then the sides. Oh, I need to do this. So check out the sides. Look at this. You open. Oh, yeah, that's nice. And then you do this. And then you open that up. Oh, wrong way. You see that. And then over here. This is by far the coolest thing about this box. Other than the fact that there's a really good game inside, but it has these sweet looking sides that I cannot figure. There we go. Yeah, look at that. It's so cool. Anyways, there's the front. I know I already showed it, but there it is again. Yeah, really super proud of this. So that's production's wrapping up next week, and that will be on its way. So yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.